Buenas tardes. Okay, so this video is to review the packet that you had. This was due on Wednesday for some new vocabulary, as well as practicing Gustar and stem changing verbs, particularly O to UE. So most of you guys did great, but there were a couple things that I wanted to review. We have this verb gustar, right? To talk about things that we like. We use it differently than other verbs because it's technically called a reflexive verb. In English, we say, I like the apples, for example. But in Spanish, we technically say, the apples are pleasing to me. So that's why our format goes me gusta, te gusta, le gusta, because you are not the subject, but rather something is pleasing to you. So let's do an example real quick. If I want to say I like the apple, just one, right? We have me gusta la manzana. Manzana. Me gusta la manzana. Okay? If I wanted to say that I like the apples, right, it's plural, what would I do in this sentence to make it plural? Now, it's not more than one person who is liking the apples, it's that I like more than one apple. So the two things that need to change in this sentence are this right here. So technically three, okay? Your verb needs to change to reflect that there is something plural that is pleasing to you. So our sentence would change from me gusta la manzana, I like the apple, to what? Me gustan las manzanas. Literally, the apples to me are pleasing. Okay? This verb, let's do one more example and then I'll add another thing. If I wanted to say I like to eat the apples, regardless if it is one apple or multiple apples, I'm now saying that I like to eat. So we would reflect that I like to eat by including the verb, right? So we would have me gusta comer either la manzana or las manzanas. So you see here that if I'm saying I like to eat, I've included my infinitive of the verb to eat, comer, and that doesn't affect this ending here because regardless, your infinitive is technically going to be like a singular ending. Here I've said that I like to eat the apples. This part, yes, is plural, but the first thing that I'm saying I like to do is eating the apples rather than just I like the apples, okay? So 3 different examples here and how gustar will change based on that. One example from your packet, if you are referring to that, is on page 22 of this vocabulary packet. It says, we like all beaches. And several of you put, nosotros gustamos las playas. Okay? This does not translate to Spanish. This sentence would say something like, we, to us, it doesn't make sense. This does not make sense. So same thing that what we just did. We don't have gustamos and we don't have nosotros, but we're trying to say we like the apple. So it wouldn't be me gusta. We're talking about we like. So it would be maybe a nosotros if we wanted to include that. To us, literally. Nos gusta Now, do I have one beach or more than one beach? More than one beach. So I need to say nos gustan las playas. We like the beaches. Nos gustan las playas. Okay, so that's one more example of the verb gustar. Now, to review stem changing verbs, we had this verb doler. What's it mean? Doler. It means to hurt. Okay, so let's conjugate it out. I'm going to write it down, see if you can do the same. What kind of stem changing verb is this? It's O to UE. So 4 of your forms are going to reflect that stem change. Which 2 subject pronouns do not do the stem change? Nosotros and vosotros. So we would have yo duelo, tú dueles, él, ella, usted duele, nosotros dolemos, vosotros doléis, and ellos or ustedes duelen. Now, the thing about this verb is that it's also like gustar in the sense that it's more reflexive. So when we are using yo duelo, it literally means I hurt. Like I hurt him, or I hurt you, or I hurt, like I am doing the hurting, okay? So when we want to say like my ankle, mi tobillo hurts, it's hurting me. So we have to use this kind of idea of the reflexive, their pronouns, that help us translate that something is hurting us. In this case, my ankle, mi tobillo, hurts me. I am not hurting my ankle, if that makes sense. So how do we say ankle? El tobillo, right? So we have el tobillo. Then I need to say me. This is like a direct object pronoun. Who is it hurting? Me. So we have el tobillo, me, and then we need to say hurts. So is ankle, do we have one ankle in this instance or more than one ankle? Just one, el tobillo, okay? So I'm not saying that I hurt. I'm not saying that you hurt. I'm saying it, or he or she, hurts. So el tobillo me duele. The ankle hurts me. Same with the stomach, okay? So say we have a stomach ache. We don't say I hurt my stomach. We want to say my stomach hurts me. It's my stomach that is doing the action of hurting. Who is it hurting? It's hurting me. So how do we say the stomach? El estómago. And then same thing. Me duele. Okay. Now, say we just went on like a really long hike or something, and both of my ankles are hurting. What would need to change in this sentence to reflect that my ankles are hurting me? Well, we would need to change this because this just says the ankle. We would need to change this because it's just talking about one ankle. And then because more than one ankle is hurting, right, is hurting me, then I would need to change this. So how do we change the sentence? If we wanted to make it plural, we would say los tobillos. Who are they hurting? Still hurting me, so that stays the same. Me. But what is our ending for a plural form? Remember, these are singular, these are plural. It's like saying they hurt, okay? So, los tobillos me duelen. Los tobillos me duelen. Okay, last one. So, you have just gotten your ears pierced. And so your ears are hurting you. So, we need to start off with the ears. Las orejas. Las orejas. And then who are they hurting? You. Las orejas te, right? The ears to you or are hurting, okay? So the ears are hurting you. And then how many ears do we have in this case? More than one. So we need to use the plural form of doler, which would be what? This guy. Las orejas te duelen. The ears or your ears, okay? So in Spanish, usually we just call it the, even if it's yours, for body parts anyway. The ears, las orejas te duelen. The ears are hurting you, or the ears hurt you, okay? Comment below if you've got questions. And remember, when you are talking about parts of your body that are hurting, you are not doing the hurt. It is your body part that is hurting you.